A lot of people are going to really like this commercial. You know, he's going to be a big star after it's all over with. I'm going to be nothing.
You know Little Penny, the wisecracking puppet on Nike's Anfernee Hardaway shoe commercial.
Caught the game last night. Let me just put it this way. You're the best player in the NBA. I mean, those spin moves and the dunks. Oh, too vicious. I had to go outside and do some Tai Chi just to calm myself down.
Man, you are having a party. I swear. If you and your sloppy friends are messing up my house...
Oh, thanks, baby. Meet me by the pool.
Hello?
Hey, I can't talk now. I'm driving through a tunnel.
Little Penny is everything Big Penny isn't. Little Penny's brash and self-serving.
He talks too much. He talks too much.
Big Penny is soft-spoken and self-assured.
And this is where it's finally starting to break. You've been annoyed with him, and finally...
I'll have to get a couple rehearsals,
yeah,
and I'll get it down.
Of course.
Unlike his wooden alter ego, Big Penny pulls the strings in his own career. No jive, all drive.
Hardaway posts up. Oh, try Wesley. Oh!
He's only 23, already been to an NBA final. He's got a shoe and a puppet named after him. $75 million guaranteed. A member of Dream Team 3. But this Penny makes sense. He wants success the Hardaway. He wants to earn it.
I think you do have to earn it. I think just because other players won't respect you, even though the fans will love you, you won't respect from other players, your peers.
Are there players around this league, you don't have to give me a name if you don't want to, that people, your peers think are PR players, are players who are living more off their PR than they are their game?
I think there are players that are living more off their PR than their game, that have just got in the league and just haven't done anything since they've been in the league, and they're just living off PR.
No names.
No names. They know.
Is there part of you that thinks the public doesn't really completely embrace you or hasn't yet?
I think so. It's just a dry feeling that I get that the entire public doesn't take me in as a, I guess, one of their favorite players.
Really?
Even though they shouldn't, because
you're
they
an all-star, Penny.
I know, but that's
and you're
not
doing
enough.
Commercials?
That's not enough. That's not enough.
What do you think it's going to take for you to realize that you're loved and really admired in this league?
You know, I don't know. Until that time comes, I really won't know. But it's just that part of me that you know, you look at it in the All-Star votes. You know, they voted a lot for me, but I still have a feeling that a lot of fans said, well, I'm not going to vote for Hardaway. Let's vote for somebody else.
You do care. You do care that you're loved and admired and embraced. You do want to be a hero to these kids. You do want to be somebody that people look up to. It's important to you, and it's okay.
It's very important. I mean, and I'm not ashamed to say it. Like you say, some players might say, well, who cares what other people think? I'm getting paid. I'm a superstar. I'm first team All-NBA. I'm on the Dream Team 3. What can they say that can hurt me? But you know, there's a lot of things that they can do that can hurt me because I'm a sensitive person.
Do you think you're too sensitive to criticism?
Yeah, I do. Because I just have that warrior type attitude. I mean, like, if you're going to tell me something, give me a good reason why you said it. If you give me a good reason, I'm still going to argue.
Give me something that burns you.
I really haven't heard anything of late. But I think the thing that I used to hear all the time is that Anfernee Hardaway isn't going to be good on this level because he turns the ball over too much. He's not a smart player. And I think that's something that burns me, that, you know, that I've heard from the media, or that he'll never get to the next level because he doesn't know how to win. I mean, that's something that really burns me.
Doesn't know how to win.
Yeah.
Do you believe it when you hear? Does that make you angry?
It just makes me better, because I take that and I put it in here and I drive with it.
Hardaway with the ball, fields near midcourt, drives in on Ellie, jump shot from 10 feet, it pops in and out, back in. It went down.
Let's talk about buzzer beaters. You got 4 that I can count so far this year alone. There's some kind of thing that's going on with you this year at buzzer beaters. Why do you like the ball with 5 seconds or less left?
I want the ball because I know I can win the game. It's just something, it's that drive in me that I don't want to lose. So I know that I'm going to hit the shot.
You know you're going to hit it?
I know that I'm going to hit it. If the ball gets off and nobody blocks it and it gets off, I know it's going down.
Wow. Now some might say that's cocky.
It's not cocky, it's just confidence.
5 seconds left in the game, down by 1 point. Besides yourself, give me the guy you'd want to take the shot. Can be any guy, living or dead, okay? Living or dead, for the rest of the civilization's survival is at stake. 1 shot, down by 1.
It's only two guys that I can say, but I don't want to say one. It's two guys I can say that
Okay,
about.
give me two.
Reggie Miller and Michael Jordan. Those two guys I would give the ball to with 5 seconds left with the world on the line.
Uh-huh.
And it could walk off the floor like we've already won. I'll start celebrating before they shoot it.
All right, how about Anfernee Hardaway with the world on the line? Would the world survive?
They would. They would survive. You can count on me in the clutch.
Primetime conversation with Anfernee Hardaway. The future begins in a past of dirt roads and twisted rims and ramshackle houses, where an only child dreams of glory and gold, where a skinny kid from Memphis raised by a tough but loving grandmother rebounds from a nearly preordained life of dysfunction to become arguably the best basketball player on the planet. But what keeps the fire burning within, especially when he's arrived? The present is still fueled by the past.
Is it true that you once thought about, or you even did, at one point, take photographs of your neighborhood and blow them up and put them in your house to remind you of your old neighborhood? Is that true?
That's something that I'm going to do.
You're going to blow up old houses,
all the old houses that I lived in when I was in the bad neighborhood, and I stayed in like 5 of them, 5 different houses, and mostly apartments, and take pictures of them, and then when I build my dream home, put it in a certain room, my trophy room, and just remind me of where I came from.
You don't want to forget, do you?
I don't want to forget. A lot of people say I want to get away from this neighborhood and forget about it. I don't want to get away from it. I want to get away from it, but I don't want to forget about it, because that's when you start to drift off and start doing things that you're not supposed to do.
I know how much this burns, this game in you. It just really defines you. When you were a little kid, you used to take the wire rim coat hangers, right? Take some socks and practice shooting garbage cans, whatever you could find to learn the game, to play the game. You played it in your mind, you played it in your dreams, you played on the court now. And to lose that series last year, look at it, it's still in your face, you know? It's still hard for you to comprehend, especially when you're leading by 20 in game 1 at home.
Don't remind me. It's tough. It's very tough. I mean, Houston was the better team, no doubt, at the time. They swept us, and it was probably the horriblest feeling that I've ever felt in my life, because I felt that we had thrown away an opportunity to finally get what we worked so hard for, and we might not have ever gotten back there again.
If you don't win a championship, will you be an incomplete athlete?
I think I would be. I think I'll be very incomplete with the team that I'm on right now. My team is a championship caliber team, and I'm supposed to be sought as a superstar in this league. And if I don't win a championship, then my career is down the drain.
Do you have nightmares? Are you haunted by things? Are things scary to you about this life and this career?
Well, sometimes, you know, I've dreamed that I've gotten a career-ending injury in the league and can't play anymore, and I couldn't imagine that. But I've dreamed that. I've dreamed that I've never gotten back to win a ring. You know, that's the fear that I have right now because of losing last year's finals.
Here come 2 easy ones, baby, right now. Oh, my.
And he has delivered. Anfernee Hardaway became Orlando's go-to guy when Shaquille O'Neal missed the first 2 months of the season to a thumb injury. Talk around the league is that Hardaway's magic is even better without Shaq. But with O'Neal a free agent at the end of the year, Anfernee Hardaway is worried about the possibility of having to play without him.
Last week you recorded a saying when people were getting on Shaq over having a child out of wedlock, people ought to lay off Shaq because we could lose him if the criticism got too intense. A lot of people say, well, who is Penny Hardaway defending Shaq over something like that for?
Well, I felt on Shaquille's behalf that I had to speak up because everybody was really dogging him out for what you just mentioned. And I said that meaning that if a player like Shaquille doesn't have to take a lot of negative publicity from anybody with him going to renegotiate his contract, he could just say just as easy, if you're not happy with me, then I'll go somewhere else.
Right.
And it's a fear that you could always think that player could get pushed to that edge from the fans or from the media, and then he can say, well, I don't have to deal with this, I'll go somewhere else, and we can't afford to lose him.
Are you afraid you're going to lose him?
No, but you never can say never.
What would be a good title for a movie about Anfernee Hardaway, his life story?
About my life story. I could never think of that one. That would be tough.
Think of all of it. Think of the past. Think about where you came from. Think of where you
I'll
were.
say a movie, Darkness to Daylight.
Darkness to Daylight. I like that. Why?
Because of where I came from and where I am now. I was in the darkest of times back when I was in high school and elementary school, and now I'm in the lightest of times. You know, a lot of money, good career, good team,
Happy?
and happy.
Happy.
I'm happy.
You sure?
I'm happy.